Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a potential wildcard draft for Game Week 5. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. Are you thinking of activating your wildcard this week? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the goalkeepers on this Game Week 5 wildcard. I've gone with Raya and I've gone with Dubravka. Now, unfortunately, Raya doesn't have a great fixture this week being at home to City, but I think that you're going to want some form of Arsenal defence on a wildcard or in your team when those fixtures do change. Like City at home, Newcastle away aren't great, but then after that they have a lot of really good fixtures coming up, and Raya is just the cheapest form of Arsenal defense that you can get. Cheaper than Gabriel, cheaper than Calafiori, like cheaper than everybody, and you know that he's going to play every single game as well. For 5.5 mil, it's not too bad to get a guaranteed starter in that Arsenal defense. So you've got to put up with City at home and Newcastle away, but then the fixtures are absolutely fantastic. You could actually play Dubravka this week if you wanted to, who's got Forest at home. That is obviously an option. I mean, Forest, look, as a Forest fan, I don't really know what is happening with that team at the moment. Obviously, Ange coming in is going to be, I guess, implementing a very different style of football that we're used to seeing. Whether that's going to happen sooner rather than later, who knows? But I expect Forest to score in that game against Dubravka, but you never know. We could just absolutely plummet and just not do very well at all. I think the Arsenal City game is probably going to be quite cagey. It's the best defense going up against one of the best attacks. No idea who's going to win that game, but yeah, either way, I think that there's a potential clean sheet there for both of these keepers this week, but I don't think it really matters who you play. I think both of them are unlikely. Obviously, the potential is always there, but yeah, very unlikely. But either way, I think going for future sort of fixtures and stuff, I think it's worth going Raya and Dubravka on a wildcard this week. Moving on, let's go over the defenders for this Game Week 5 wildcard draft. We've gone with Konza, Senesi, Lacroix, Rodon, and Van de Ven as well. So Konza is great for the next three because he's got Sunderland away, Fulham at home, Burnley at home as well. Now, Villa have not looked great at all this season. They haven't scored in the league. They lost to Brentford last night in the Cup. But Konza is a solid pick. I think defensively, Villa aren't terrible. I know they conceded 3 to I think it was Crystal Palace, but you know, Sunderland at home, Sunderland away and Burnley at home are two very good fixtures that you may as well just have Konza in your team for those and then transfer him out later down the line if you want to. But he's just a solid player to have. He's only 4.5 mil. He's playing every single fixture in that Villa lineup. So I would just have him, and then just he's a very good bench option if need be. I've gone for Senesi as well. Got another DEFCON bonus at the weekend. Some pretty good fixtures coming up for Bournemouth still as well. Like Newcastle home's not terrible. Leeds away, Fulham at home, Palace away, Forest at home. Some pretty nice fixtures for Senesi coming. Like I say, he is a DEFCON magnet. He has hit it every single game so far. Lacroix, West Ham away this week. After that, the fixtures are a little bit worse, but there's not really any defenders that I like the look of. You could go for a little bit of a cheaper option and go for somebody like a Gay or a Richards or someone like that instead of Lacroix. So it is kind of your call there. You could save 0.5 on him, and like I said, I've still got 0.2 mil in the bank for this draft, but if you wanted an extra bit of money, or if you for some reason can't afford this draft, I'm pretty sure you can because my team value is terrible. But yeah, if you wanted to save a little bit more in the bank, then you could always go for a Gay or a Richards instead, because like I say, the Palace fixtures aren't incredible. It's just Lacroix is really good on goal threat, very good for DEFCON, and obviously he's got a nice fixture this week. Also gone Rodon as well, just because the Leeds fixtures aren't terrible. Like, you could play him this week away at Wolves and then Bournemouth at home. I mean, Bournemouth and Spurs both not great, but then obviously he's got Burnley away, West Ham at home, which is some pretty nice fixtures. So if you did want a bench boost around those weeks, then Rodon's pretty nice for that. And then I've also gone Van de Ven as well, just a very cheap way into that Spurs defense, who have got some pretty nice fixtures. Brighton away, Wolves at home, Leeds away, Villa at home, and Everton away in the next 5. Not terrible fixtures, and obviously did score and got that big 14-pointer at the weekend. So his price has gone up because of that. But either way, those are the defenders there. You could mix and match. Like I say, you could bring in maybe a Liverpool defender, but obviously you're going to have to lose money elsewhere. But either way, those are the defenders for this Game Week 5 wildcard draft. Moving on, let's go over the midfielders for this Game Week 5 wildcard draft. We've gone for Semenyo, Njai, Palmer, Kudus, and then Reinders as well, or Reinders. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. So yeah, Semenyo's just there just because he's such a good option so far this season. 7.4 mil. He might have actually gone up again. But on penalties when Kluivert's not on the pitch, has started the season very strongly. Bournemouth look very good. I just feel like he is going to be a big player to own this season. And the fixtures, like I say, are still good. Like Newcastle at home, Leeds away, Fulham at home, Palace away, Forest home. Really good in the next 5. Don't mind having Semenyo at all. I brought Njai in as well. Liverpool away this week isn't great. But then West Ham at home, Palace at home, City away is not great, but then Spurs at home. On penalties, nailed pretty much for 90 minutes every single game. You could go Dewsbury Hall and then obviously upgrade a defender. Like you could go Lacroix to Van Dijk and then downgrade Njai to Dewsbury Hall. Like I say, nothing wrong with that. I don't think the Liverpool fixtures are amazing, but you know, if you did want to bring in a Liverpool defender, then that is always something you could do. So obviously you get rid of Njai, bring in Dewsbury Hall, and then you get rid of Lacroix, and then you bring in Virgil van Dijk, or something like that. And then obviously Van Dijk's got hang on, it's messed up. Van Dijk's got Everton at home this week, which again you'd obviously play him in. Palace away, you could play him in. Chelsea away is quite tough, but then Man United at home, Brentford could do that as well. It's just obviously Njai's on penalties, so if you wanted to go there for a little bit more money, then you could do. But if you wanted to spend more at the back and bring in Virgil van Dijk, then that is also an option that you could do. So that's kind of up to you. You could go Lacroix and Njai, or Dewsbury Hall and Virgil van Dijk. I've also gone for Palmer as well. Very low owned at the moment, only 17% ownership. So if he does haul against Man United away or Brighton at home, then he's going to be raising your rank quite a bit. So I quite like him as an option. Does have Liverpool at home coming up in the future, but after that, the fixtures are very, very good for Chelsea, and Palmer should be playing pretty much every game anyway, and on penalties as well, which is always a massive boost. Also brought Kudus into this team as well. He could have been Simons as well if you wanted to go there, because I think Simons is only, I think he's like 7 mil or something like that. Hang on, I'll find him on the actual thingy. Xavi, there it is. So yeah, if you wanted to get rid of Kudus and bring in Xavi Simons instead, for 7 mil, you could afford him. And then obviously, like say, Brighton away, Wolves at home, Leeds away, Villa at home, Everton away. Really nice fixtures. So it's really which one you want to go with. Their stats are relatively similar. I think Simons has the better goal threat, but obviously Kudus has the better assist potential. So it's really who you'd want to go with there. I prefer Kudus just because he's a little bit cheaper. Like neither of them are on penalties. Like Kudus's minutes have been better, but obviously we'll have to see what happens as we progress into the Champions League fixtures. Obviously they both started last night, but either way, we've also gone Reenders as well. Again, Arsenal away is not a great fixture, but after that, Burnley at home, Brentford away, Everton at home. We don't know if his minutes are going to be lowered, obviously when these Champions League games start and stuff, but I expect him to just be in that team. A lot of City fans talk very highly of him, and he is getting a lot of shots. He's had like 7 shots so far this season, which is like 7th in the league. But for a 5.7 mil City player, that's not bad at all. Should have scored at the weekend as well from a Haaland assist, but obviously it was straight at the keeper. So yeah, I don't mind him as an option at all. And then you have another City player for those fixtures coming up. So I really like him as an option. I think he's going to be good going forward. But either way, those are the midfielders for this Game Week 5 wildcard draft. Finishing things off for today's video, we've got João Pedro, who's got Man United away, Haaland, who's got Arsenal away, and then Gyökeres, who's got City at home. Like I say, not a ton of great fixtures on this wildcard. I wouldn't probably recommend wildcarding this week, because if you are, you've probably already got Salah, you probably want Haaland in. I'd say Game Week 6 is a much better time to wildcard, because then you lose City at home for Arsenal, you lose Arsenal away for City, you lose Liverpool away for Dewsbury Hall. You do miss like the Sunderland fixture for Konza, the Everton fixture for Virgil van Dijk, but I don't think that's too bad. I think it's definitely more upside to wildcarding next week, but like I say, if your team's just in the bin and you need to wildcard now, it'd be a very similar to wildcard than what it's going to be next week. But yeah, João Pedro, minutes should be very good, even with European football happening. Obviously, Delap's injured and stuff, so he should be fine. Especially with Palmer back, he's just going to probably play as that number 9. Haaland has to be in the draft. He's just absolutely on fire at the moment. He may not score against Arsenal this weekend. I guess you wouldn't really want him to if you're playing rare, but like I say, with Haaland, he is one of those players that can score against anyone. And then Gyökeres as well, City at home. Again, not great fixtures, but after this week they get much better, especially for City as well. So like I say, I'd definitely recommend wildcarding next week, but if you have to wildcard this week, this is the kind of team that I'd go up with. Obviously there's no Salah in this team, but Salah has been very underwhelming so far this season. Yes, he's scored a couple of goals, but they've all been like 90 minute plus. A couple of them, I think, obviously one of them has been penalties and stuff. He got an assist in like the 97th minute and stuff. Like, he's not really been on it, and I don't know if that's how Liverpool are setting up or whatever, but it is what it is. Another thing that you could do for this wildcard draft, though, is like, we don't know if Isak's going to start in the Champions League this week. He potentially could. We don't know if he's going to start the weekend, but when he does start getting like good minutes in the league, you know, instead of Virgil van Dijk, you could downgrade him to like a 4-point something mid, and then obviously you can upgrade Gyökeres or something in the future to Isak. But I don't know, you kind of cross that bridge when you get to it. But either way, this is the Game Week 5 wildcard draft. Like I say, definitely recommend wildcarding in Game Week 6. But if you have to wildcard this week, I'd go with something like this. But either way, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Leave a comment. Are you thinking of wildcarding or are you saving it? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.